So we're gonna do a quick demo of planting a shrub. This is Aronia melanocarpa, Black Chokeberry or Aronia, and quick demo. So we're gonna dig a hole that only needs to be as deep as the roots, so it's about a foot and maybe a foot wide. Doesn't need to be a huge hole. Have them soaking in water beforehand because they were a little bit dehydrated from storage. So got them rehydrating. And so the important thing with the hole is in a heavy soil like this, particularly where there's more silt and clay, you want to make sure the sides don't end up being smooth and causing the roots to stay within the planting hole. So here's the hole. Is probably plenty deep enough, and I'm going to go through and score the sides with the shovel so that it's broken up and is uneven and encourages the roots to move outwards. We use a little bit of amendment mix, which is a mix of different kinds of minerals, humates, got azomite in there, a little bit of sulfur because the soil is low on sulfur, and we want to acidify a little bit too. So of my 2 cups that we're going to add, I'm adding maybe a third down to the bottom of the hole, but then mixing that around because I want those roots to push down to get that mineral amendment. All right, so then the important part about planting is planting at the right level. So the place where it was grown in the nursery, you can see right where my finger is, that's going to be at the ground level. A touch higher maybe because we'll be mulching, but definitely not low, and the trees will sink a little bit depending on the soil. So you don't want this plant to end up being low, particularly trees that are sensitive to soil around the base. These Aronias are not too sensitive in that way. So we'll put the tree or shrub in this case hanging down. Make sure the roots are hanging down into the hole. They're not J-rooted or coming back up. They're gonna have plenty of space. And while we're holding it at the right level, begin to slowly add soil around, making sure that the big gaps are filled. Every once in a while, we'll go into that hole and we're gonna press down gently and also add a little bit more of the amendment mix, mixing it around. So filling it back in, checking level. I'm a little bit low, which is fine, and I can just gently, ever so gently, tug the plant up a little bit to just the right spot, and we get that hole filled in, pressing gently while holding the tree at the right level, breaking up the sod. If there's sod pieces with the grass or whatever materials on the top, that can go face down in the hole so those plants don't re-sprout, or the sod pieces can be left around the edge to form the planting mound, an irrigation mound. So there's the tree at the right level with some sod around. Whatever is left of the amendment gets mixed on the top. And so gonna really make sure it's pressed down, tree's at the right level, the soil's been added, and then gonna water it in. So this is just a little bit of watering to pull the soil back in around the roots, filling any holes, any gaps. While the soil's being pulled in by the water, it's exposed some roots. So we come back in and just add soil for that first couple waterings is usually what it might need. And it's a little bit soft for a while for its first watering. And this might need to happen probably the next day or two, checking the level, checking whether the irrigation has drawn water down in and leaving gaps. And that's about it. And I highly recommend marking the trees, especially if they're often edges of a property where you might lose track of them. We'll use stakes, wire flags, and I'll also put in vole protection or wire protection, whatever's needed from here on out.